couple years ago, we had the George Floyd protest for justice. Black people took to the streets. Biggest social unrest since Dr. King's assassination riots. But we got nothing out of it. And the biggest reason we got nothing out of it is because we turned it into a multicultural we shall overcome day. Most of the people who protested in the George Floyd protest were white folks. According to the Pew Research Trust, 1 in 5 protesters was black. The other 4 was something else. Because you still are too ashamed to struggle by yourself. Black people are too ashamed to say I'm black and I'm proud. So let me tell you here, I'm black and I'm proud, Maryland. And when I speak, I'm not speaking for nobody else but my people first. Until you get to the point where your religious beliefs don't stand in your way.
Yes.
Being unapologetically African, we can never be free because of people who don't even want to stand up and be counted for who they are. Don't deserve to live. And you deserve to die. What did the good Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. say? A man who ain't got a reason to live or a reason to die ain't fit to breathe. Brothers and sisters, $2 billion on Air Jordans a year is not acceptable. Black women, I love you to death. $30 billion a year on hair and beauty, you're overdoing it. My sisters, you spend more on beauty than half the countries in Africa have to operate for the whole year. And don't tell me it's because you're preoccupied with how you look. The question is, why are you preoccupied with how you look? Because the white man spent 400 years telling you you're ugly, so he's spending $30 billion to tell him you're not. Black men, there's no excuse to be dating outside your race.
None. None.
I ain't got nothing against Chinese women. I ain't got nothing against Jewish women. I ain't got nothing against Anglo-Saxons or East Indians or Latinos or none of that. But the black man's place is next to his woman because she has always been next to us. In slavery, she was next to us. Reconstruction, she was next to us. Civil rights, she was next to us. How do you disrespect the womb of your own mother by choosing somebody else's daughter hand in marriage, and then you got the audacity to lie in public and tell me it has nothing to do with your inferiority complex? Black men date non-black women because you wish you were not black your damn self. Be honest with me. Be honest with me. I can't help who I fall in love with.
Yes, you can. Yes, you can.
That a Negro male cannot help who you fall in love with. Why is it every rich white woman has made it her duty to never fall in love with a broke-ass black man? If it's an accident, why don't we see it the other way? Now, I want to prepare around this up. I want to talk about black business. We're here for the Black Business Expo. Most of us are big fans of Black Wall Street. We're big fans of Tulsa. And we're big fans of Rosewood. And we're big fans of Charleston, South Carolina, and Wilmington, North Carolina. And we had dozens of Black Wall Streets. But I want to be clear about something. I want you to understand me. The reason the Black Wall Street movement of the 1920s was so successful is because black people were denied access to white society. I need you to understand this. The reason there was a Tulsa is because the white man said you can't live here. You can't shop here. You can't enjoy yourself here. So the Black Wall Street grew out of a racial necessity, not necessarily racial loyalty. I'm saying that because it's been 101 years since Tulsa. You ain't built a Black Wall Street yet. Help me understand. 50 million Africans spread across 50 states. 50 million Africans spread across 50 states. And not a single state in this country do we have a black community that owns its own hospital, bank, school, supermarket, distribution, and manufacturing sector. But you want to keep talking about Black Wall Street. You love Black Wall Street, but you ain't got a Black Wall Street. You know why? Because the white man's ice is still cold. And many of us have as a goal in life to be fully accepted by the European establishment. You don't want black power. You don't want a black school. You don't want to live in a black community. You want to be accepted by white folks. Don't lie to me. If I go to half your houses right now, you still got a picture of a white Jesus up on your wall. Don't lie to me.
Yep. Come on.
And if it ain't a white Jesus on your wall, the black woman trying to look like white Jesus. The most honorable Marcus Garvey said, we erase the people cursed with petty differences. If we don't have nothing to fight over, we'll fight. So I'm here today to say, guess what? We got a decision to make. We're going to make a right turn towards independence and liberation, or we're going to make a left turn towards extermination and genocide. America ready. And we got to take responsibility for this. Because we knew it was coming, but we kept on partying. We knew it was coming, but we kept on enjoying ourselves. We knew it was coming, and we still failed to organize ourselves. Garvey said, the greatest weapon used against the Negro is disorganization. You don't suffer what you suffer because you're black. You don't suffer what you suffer because you're from Africa. You don't suffer what you suffer because your skin is dark and your nose is broad and your hips are wide and your lips are large. No! You suffer what you suffer because you refuse to organize yourself. I'll make it real plain. Until you in this room love yourself more than you hate other black people. Until we love African life more than white people hate us, we will never be free. You know what I find ironic? Most of us claim to be religious and spiritual. And I'm trying to understand how people who claim to be so religious and spiritual as Negroes in here can be so materialistic on one hand and so disinterested in your political economic condition in the other. See, when you study Jesus, Moses, Abraham, Muhammad ibn Abdullah, Buddha, I don't care what religion you study, every single religious leader was a political force by virtue of the spiritual conditions. How can you sit up here and claim to be so in love with the Lord, but you comfortable with black people catching hell?
Talk about it.